shall we get started on Blip's run? Let's get cracking, shall we? We might as well get started on this. Also, I have not been paying attention to this Cap Kingdom, and I feel like I should be. All right, Blip. Rule number 1, don't spin pound in this room. It's not fast. Okay, thank you. That's all there is to that. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. All right, so I'm gonna elaborate on this because it's actually kind of important. In Odyssey, okay, spin pounds generally only help you if 1, they help you set up for movement, 2, you need them to change direction, or 3, there are like something that you need to get speed for, right? So when it comes to flat ground, when you come out of like cutscenes or enter rooms or stuff like that, if you're on a flat floor, spin pounding doesn't help you because by the time you spin pound, you could have already been halfway through a roll, right? So this is the same thing when it comes to the chapel in Moon Kingdom. Like when you enter it, it's the same reason you won't see people spin pound there, because it's not fast. You're on a flat surface. You don't really benefit anything by getting that initial speed, so you might as well just roll and just shake. Just you'll get further faster, I guarantee. If you can't like buffer that spin pound basically instantly, it's not faster and you still might as well roll. So just as a general rule of thumb, when you're on a flat surface and you're just going like straight ahead or something like that, generally rolling is your best bet. It's the same reason we don't spin pound and cascade anymore. It's because it's not fast. Honestly, like I think when it comes to Cap Kingdom here, that room, I think even if you get the perfect spin pound, I'm pretty sure it's still only like 7 frames faster, right? So for the large majority of people that aren't getting frame perfect spin pounds, you're losing time, you're not saving time. And even the people that are super heckin' fast don't do it because it's 7 frames and the chances of you getting it are pretty low. So what the heck is the point? I'm poor. Also, Tom, double monitor. Yeah, double. I definitely only have 2 monitors. Yep. Yes, sirree. Ha ha ha. I've definitely never, ever reset to water roll. Nope. Never in my life. Smiley face. All right, Blip. God, people need to watch my Cap video. If you're doing this last jump, I see people do this all the time, so this is definitely not just Blip's fault. Tap the B button. Don't hold the B button here. This jump right here, if you just tap, the frog will just perfectly go over the railing. 100%. You don't get this huge hop in the air, and you don't waste like, I don't even know, like half a second to a second getting back to the floor. And then when you do the short hop, it actually puts you in a position perfectly as the frog to then uncapture it and then dive forward as Mario. So your movement is constantly going and you don't have this awkward moment of like walking as Mario, because when you're trying to go fast, I'll let you in on a little secret here. Walking is really slow. There is that. Okay, we're going for vault left side. Okay, well, cap throws are slow. Please don't do that. We went over this in the Halo video. All right. Whoa. Guys, my Madame Brood video has been in existence for like 2 years. What was that? Are we still doing this? Shake once, move. No, don't keep shaking. If you keep shaking like this and you shake to get the chomp to do this animation, I think in that video I found it loses like a second or a second and a half every time you do that. So if you do that twice, that's like 3 seconds that you just lost in Cascade because you decided to shake one time more than you had to. What about when you shake twice and don't get the long purple thing? Oro, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I never tested that. When I did my video, I didn't actually know that you could shake twice, but I've never seen anybody else do it, so I'm gonna assume that it's not ideal. But again, I've never tested it, so I don't have any, evidence to show you on it, I guess. All right, so far this... Oh, what? Okay, all right. I'm just gonna have a disclaimer here. Obviously, when I do these runs, this is blipblo. I can't know what they normally do or whatnot, right? So this is the disclaimer for all of the videos today, all the runs. I can only base what I'm saying off what I see, right? I don't know what the heck you're doing here, but when you come out of this pipe, I know we talk a lot about cap throws being stupid and slow, and that's correct. But The way that I've explained it multiple times is that cap throws are slow when you don't need them. This is one of those instances where you kind of need a cap throw because it redirects your positioning as Mario and allows you to dive the right way, right? So as soon as you come out of this pipe, basically hold directly right, maybe a little bit up. Cap throw, as soon as you come out, dive. You'll end up over here. The fast way is to just walk over the edge, right, and hit the seed, but that's kind of hard unless you know what the angle is. So what I used to do is I used to jump up here on this roof, jump, and then line myself up with this cactus, and then when I was over the edge, just ground pound. This cactus, more or less, basically perfectly lines you up with the seed moon, because the seed moon's right here, and you'll hit it basically 90% of the time, assuming you're in the right position, obviously. Doing whatever the heck you're doing here is not beneficial. I know you want to see what you're doing, but it's just dead air, like just dead movement that doesn't really benefit you at all. And I know I talk a lot about changing your camera so you can see what you're doing, but sometimes in this game, you're kind of just camera locked, right? And there's not really anything you can do about it. I imagine it's probably like that for a lot of games. This is just one of those pieces of movements where you have to learn to just do stuff blind and get good at doing stuff without vision. Sometimes it's like that, but this one isn't too hard because you do have that cactus as a visual cue if you want to go that route. Or if you want to learn how to do the actual walkover, again, it's kind of just get up on that roof, hold like right but slightly up, and then walk over the edge. And kind of just pray to God that you have the right angle. It's a bit awkward. I just want to question this logic more than anything. Okay, so we talk about decision making and whatnot, right? And when it comes to optimizing kingdoms like this, like you've got a 4, 5 something gold, right? So when it comes to Sand Kingdom, for the most part, you only have tiny things left that you can optimize. And that's going to come down to deciding what pieces of movement you don't actually need to do that you are doing that lose you time. And my question here is, why are you triple jumping? You could have roll boosted again, gotten a little bit further. You can single jump off this hill. If you feel like you're not comfortable getting a single jump, a double jump gives you a slightly more height, but not too much height like this. Look how high up you are by the time, you're diving for this icicle. Like, why? You can land here-ish, get lower on your dive, land here, still make it up perfectly fine. In fact, this area is kind of better anyway. Triple jumping here, you benefit nothing at all. Like, you're just wasting frames for no reason. It worked this time, but I'm just gonna say right now, please turn your camera. One day you will do this movement and you will dive into this moon and you will go straight through it and you will fall to the floor. Turn your camera, spawn in this moon properly. Did you just not even dive? Jesus Christ, please don't do that. You'll give me a heart attack. Sure, dude. What the heck are you doing? What did I just witness? Blip? The wooded... This movement isn't hard. This movement is not hard. Just please. All right. I know Wooded Kingdom sucks, but this needs to be fixed. That was no. No, thank you. Fix that, please. Please don't go that far out. That's scary. When you do this backflip into a Shireen bounce, you can basically just dive straight away. Like throw out a cappy, just dive. A cap throw there would have been better. I know I talk all the time about not doing cap throws when you don't need to, but that doesn't include when you're doing backups and you need cap throws to save your movement, okay? Avoiding cap throws at all costs isn't always the strat. It's just during actual pieces of movement that it's not really the strat, because we go out of our way to avoid them for a reason, right? But when you're backing movement up, it's okay to cap throw if you need to. Don't get yourself in a mindset where you just have to eliminate them completely. You have this movement option. You can use it to save yourself. This is definitely one of those times where you did not need to cap throw. This long jump right here that you just did sets you up very perfectly to land right on the edge. Single jump, dive in this gap. Then roll boost. I think you can get 2 roll boosts here. Long jump into the moon. Like, you jumped and then almost instantly cap through. Like we went over this in the last analysis. Cap throwing and diving absolutely guts your momentum. Like, it basically resets it. Long jumps are a good way to get your momentum to almost maximum. So that's why we do a long jump here. Well, like at this level, we do a long jump here, right? It puts you in position perfectly, gives you the momentum you need. So jump, dive, robus, long jump. We don't want to be breaking up pieces of movement that we don't need to with cap throws and dives, because like you see how that just kills your momentum, basically resets you back to 0. It's not what we want. Also, don't adjust your camera here. You know, I've seen people do this before, and I know I talk about seeing stuff, but this is one of those moments where, like, why would you adjust it? Now you have to turn Mario around to dive. Like, you want to go this way, so why would you adjust your camera so that Mario faces this way? That's just silly. Don't do that. I know I've done this accidentally too, so it could have just been like not even thinking about it kind of thing, but this is not helpful. It's kind of just... Okay, you got very lucky with this nut here, but you won't always get really lucky with this nut here. So to anybody that doesn't know, the way that you get really fast nut breaks in this game is when you're here, cap throw against the wall. I think you need to be a little bit higher. You might be a bit too low here. Cap throw against the wall. It'll break the nut once, then jump. It'll break the nut twice, then cap throw again, and it'll break the nut straight away. That is like one of the quickest ways without like, you know, getting into weird mechanics of nuts and whatnot. One of the quickest, consistent ways to break nuts in this game. You got very lucky that you got a third break on this, but most of the time that won't happen and you'll have to jump again, right? Which loses you like 0.5. So cap throw, jump, cap throw. Whoa, that is sketchy. Okay, so this goes back into decision making, and I know that in the heat of the moment, that would have been fucking freaky. Getting an input drop here is not what you want. But if you ever get yourself stuck in a position like this, where you're in this spin animation and there's nothing you can do, I'm going to hit you with a big old fact that there is something you can do. Can anybody in the chat, quick quiz, tell me how you cancel the spin animation in midair? That's one answer. Ding, ding, ding. Correct. If you don't want the spin animation, which you wouldn't want in this scenario because this guy is right here and you might accidentally capture it, do an up throw. Dilly, you genius. Ding, ding, ding. Up throw dive straight away. Good choice. That is your best option in this scenario. Pressing Y is okay, but again, you might, if you're spinning this way, you might accidentally capture this guy, which you don't want, obviously, because that wastes time. So in this scenario, up throw and then dive this way. Trying to be careful not to land here, obviously. Fuck the up route. Well, I mean, sure, if you want to lose like a second to capturing it, go for it. But up throws are your best friends in scenarios like this. They help you adjust your angle when you're kind of in a pickle. Oh, whoa, what the heck is this? Blip. What are you doing? Listen. I love the slam that I do on the keyboard every time, by the way, but half the time it doesn't work. We gotta update this movement, dude. It's not 2017 anymore, okay? Look, there are two ways that you can do this moon fast. There's the way that I do it, which is really stupid, technically, but it's faster, you know, by like 0.3 or something, which is... Yup. Or you can pull a DD and do the safe strat, okay? But the safe strat is still really fast. Double jump. Cap dive. Throw out the thing. Boom. Fast. Wowee. What a gamer. He's so speedy. Please do that. This unnecessary, like, stopping, we don't want that anymore. We're past that. We're now fluid gamers, okay? We don't stop for no one. I've explained this lost movement so many times, I don't even know if I have it in me to say it again. This pattern was looking so spicy until it crossed over itself, and then that's when you just kind of hate your life. But the reason this didn't work, there's a few things that go into why this didn't work, okay? Let's run this back in slow motion. One, all right, first thing, this is fine. You actually get all 3 hits on these balls, which is like near impossible because the pattern normally doesn't let you. First up, you shot your first ball, like bullet thing, way too late. Notice how this thing is already half activated? I know predicting things is hard, but the idea is to predict this a little bit, right? Then after that, the reason this went wrong, sure, he crossed over himself, but if you would have shot your first shot earlier, this part of his body would already be like shot out, right? So you wouldn't have to deal with that, it wouldn't matter. And then you could continue shooting his body as it curves around. But assuming you don't do that, and you're in this position that you're in right now, you should have noticed that, one, his head is here. So he's gonna come out this way, right? So then you should know that you're gonna get fucked over by the hitboxes. There's really not much you can do about this. This sucks. But The reason that you kind of hecked yourself over is because these are all deactivated, but you're still shooting them almost as fast as you can. When he crosses over himself like this, you need to delay your shots a little bit to give the body time to come out. Because otherwise, you're just going to shoot the same hitbox over and over again and get nowhere. So ideally, this is going to sound weird, but the best choice here is to actually give yourself like half a second to readjust to this pattern, see how it's going, and then adjust your shots accordingly. Because you shot too fast, you might have hit this purple one, but it didn't count. And because it didn't count, and you're still assuming that it's gonna count, you're still shooting as fast as you can, and what ends up happening is none of the hitboxes line up, and you end up just missing this one, which is always a pain in the ass, and because you missed that one, you then missed that one, and then it's just a chain reaction. Wiggler sucks a lot, but sometimes it's optimal to give your brain just that little bit extra time to readjust to the speed and the pattern that you get. And this pattern sucks. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, this Wiggler is amazing. But shooting at maximum speed, maximum velocity all times isn't always the strat, especially when it crosses over itself. When it crosses over itself, you kind of just have to give yourself that little bit of delay on the trigger to just give the hitboxes time to get the fuck out of the way. All right, this is the second time you've done this now. You did this in Madame Brood, you're doing it now. Stop spin pounding here. Like, why? You don't gain anything by spin pounding here. It's not fast, you're just wasting time. Roll, cancel, jump. All right, everything I've seen so far in the seaside hurts me, like in my soul. Yeah, okay, there's like a million things going on here, okay? First of all, unless you're doing the, like, Shireen bounce method of this triple jump, don't triple jump, okay? The way that I explain it in my seaside video is probably the best way, okay? But outside of that, like, why would you cap throw this way? Like, where are you going? What is the point of this? Like, you're going over here, like, you're going this way, then you're going this way, then you're gonna, like, jump back that way, then you're gonna cap throw that way. Where are you going? Like, pick a direction, man. Just go, just... That's not, I don't... Look, I'd say lines, but I don't want you to go in a fucking zigzag. Anyway, next thing on the chopping block. What is this line? Why would you adjust the camera like that? Either you centered it just then, or you moved it manually. Why would you do that? Where are you going? You're like out here. You want to be coming this way and like curving around. Look how much extra room you gotta do. It's like, oh my goodness. One, you're against this wall really well, really good, until right here, where all of a sudden, instead of going this way, you're going this way. And then it gets worse because you start going even further to the left. Okay, so you're in here in this position. Where should we go, chat? We should go this way, right? Take a direct line, just go down, 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 and then turn the corner here. Where we kind of end up is doing this. Why? Question mark. Where are we going? Okay, so in this position, we should go this way. But where do we go? We go this way. That was a heckin' roundabout way of getting into the... Okay, yep, alright, sure, it's fine, smile. Jason, I'm sorry. We're just popping off, man. I don't know what you want from me. Are you saying that I should just go back to being dead stream, dead chat, dead support? I don't want that. I like you guys. I'm very blessed. Why did I just see a spin pound in Luncheon Kingdom after the turnip? Can somebody explain this to me? Backflip. Please don't. What, you're wasting time. You could have been backflipping already. How many frames is this? You're on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 to 14 frames. That's almost a third of a second that you just wasted because you chose to spin pound instead of backflip. Never cap throw. Yep, never ever. Okay, I used to do this, so I guess I can't really get too mad, but listen, dude. Why? Why? Why are you spin pounding? There's no reason to. You can't capture this Podaboo any earlier anyway. Just roll, cap, throw, shake, dude. Please. You're just wasting time for no reason. Yeah, sure, it's probably like 4 frames, but like, why? You're just adding in potential like choke points. Yeah, sure, you're probably not gonna fail this spin pound all too often, but how many times have you dropped an input while spin pounding in your life? Be honest. It's probably quite frequent. Don't add a spin pound if you don't have to. You're just adding potential failures to the run for no reason. Why are you turning the camera? All right, listen. I get people are scared of this, but this moon is so free to do with just adjusting your camera the other way. It is almost impossible to jump so far that you go over the edge. Just dive, man. Like, just turn the camera back around and just dive. I swear it's not that hard. Put a little bit of practice in. This movement is not as scary as you think it is. Even if you do, by some miracle, dive over it, the thing is, it's not that hard, and with a little bit of practice, you can get it. And literally, as Tishel just said, low. Dive when you're low. If you grab the moon too high, just fall a little bit, and then dive, and then you won't go too far because you don't have the height to go too far. So then by the time you land, you'll be on solid ground. What? It's crazy, I know. Whoa. Blipblo. It sure is. Why would you turn Mario there? You had the perfect bounce. Just, no, don't turn around. Wall jump. Jump off. Cap dive. Cap stalling is slow as fuck. You had so much height, my guy. Just jump off the wall. Every time I see it in one of these analysis things, I'm always like, yo, this is a thing? Just spin pound out of that wire, gamers, okay? I know everybody wants to get the fancy dive. Oh, this is illegal. We can't have this. Sorry. Excuse me? Don't care. Yeah, look, I don't actually care. I just didn't want to watch bunnies. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just used it as a meme. Like, okay, we're talking about lions, right? That is the theme of this, correct? So you want to be making your way to this guy over here, and you're over here. What is the best, most optimal line to do that? What line does blipblo take? The idea is, normally when you do this triple jump properly, right, you land here-ish, and then you roll boost this way over the bridge, and then you can, like, roll cancel over the bridge, and then you can just insta-capture the guy. Well, that's what I do anyway. Like, sure, you don't do this movement properly, so it's kind of awkward, I guess, but still, if you're gonna do this, my recommendation, at least, would be to kind of try and vector this, and then still kind of land here anyway, and then go up like this, and then across and over the top. Not whatever the heck this is, which is go over here. Like, look, we talk about, we talk about cap throws not being useful, but if you were to just cap throw instead of just instant dive here and go this way, you can make a way better line than diving over here, then jumping up here, then going around. Like, look, I dig into people about cap throws being slow during main pieces of movement, because in the very specific movement that, you know, theoretically you should be doing in any percent, they are slower because they lose you like however much time. But when you're not doing the movement properly anyway, sometimes a cap throw can be beneficial to put you on a better line, because better lines save more time than the 0.3 seconds you're gonna waste by like not cap throwing and going off to Argentina and back. I try to be very specific in the way that I word that cap throws are slow, because it's not the one and only answer, you know what I mean? Like, and I think it kind of comes to a point where up until now I've only really done these videos on people that should know what the fuck they're doing. And it's fair to assume that not everybody knows the exact movement they should be doing at all times. I get that. I was like that. Everybody was like that at some point, right? But eventually we have to transition to the right thing to do. And that was not the right thing to do. Oh, we're doing target acquired. That's risky. What was that? Blip, what are you doing? Dude, what even happened there, dude? Oh, you got like pushed over. What the f? I've never seen that happen before. Maybe you started spinning too early. I normally don't let go of my crouch button until the mech stops moving. I don't know if that's what other people do, but that's always just kind of what I've done, because otherwise you end up with stupid stuff like this and you just get pushed over. Mech is really dumb. And you see stuff like this all the time, especially when you stand near like here. You'll just get like flung off, you'll like clip through, like all this dumb stuff. You have to be really careful in not only positioning, but in timing as well. I think, like I'm 95% sure the reason this happened is because you started spinning way too early. The mech is still moving, which is dangerous. I normally don't wait, like I normally don't start spinning until like now, where the mech isn't moving anymore. But yeah, I mean, that's just unfortunate. That's something you just gotta cop on the chin and know for next time, I guess. Goyu is just a god gamer. Why? All right. Why are you spin pounding on the moon of all things? Bro, stop it. No, bad blipblo, bad. That's not fast. Moon gravity just, even if there was no moon gravity, it wouldn't be fast because you're going in a straight line anyway. Don't do that. It's slow as heck. What the heck? I just knew, dude. I knew as soon as I saw it in like Madame Brood, I knew you were gonna spin pound here. Do not spin pound here. You're just wasting time. Just roll. Just roll. Just roll. Pretty please don't spin pound. You don't spin pound here, but you spin pound on the entrance to chapel? Why? Why? They're the same thing. Just... Okay. You're on a horrible line right now, just in case you were wondering. When you capture Bowser, the direction that you need to head, just in case you're unaware, is, like, say Bowser's here, right? You need to go this way, right? Because the line that you need to get is basically here. So instead of capturing Bowser and then going towards the left, capture Bowser and stick as close to this line here as you can. Because staying on this line as Bowser saves you time. It sounds stupid, but going in a straight line and not deviating from it will save you time. So stay on that line. Because look, all right, you break this. Oh my god, get the rock out of my face. So the line that you want to be on as Bowser is literally this line right here. And the reason you want to stick on this line is because it's literally just a straight line right until the end. And when you're going in a straight line, sticking to that straight line saves you time, as opposed to going this way and then like curving back around and whatnot, right? Like straight. Wow! So if you can get on this line earlier by, you know, getting there first and then breaking the rock and whatever, and then just going straight, it's way better than having to do like this shit, which is just wild. See, because then you've jumped on this line, which is good, but then you've deviated from it again and going this way, and you need to just stick on this line. Yeah, honestly, this movement is kind of awkward as hell, but unfortunately, it's the way we have to end the game, so you gotta just do it. All right, a 103.54 blip. What the heck did I just watch?